What is going on, guys? And today we are back in the mix. Currently playing a little Chop Shop. That's interesting. Currently playing a little Chop Shop mix. Limped in here and got a small raise. Oh, Ryan's only got $10? Oh, I didn't even notice this. Yeah, okay. I did not realize that. We're playing Big O, right? What is that hand? That is bizarre. Okay. Alright, well, we're off to a start. I didn't see what happened the hand before, just setting the stream up, so might have just gotten kind of short and wanted to stack it off and rebuy. Alright. But as always, if you guys are watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Questions or comments down below. If you guys are looking, even though I do have a gut shot here, it is not to the nuts. And just going to fold for pot bet. You guys are looking to open a Phenom account. Right now, if you do use code LMG, or if you use the link below, there is a 200% deposit bonus. Up to 4,000 USDT. So if you're looking to open one, probably no better time right now. Once you do it, you got 45 days to earn as much as you can. Would have to play a fair bit to get all 4,000, but if you're going to open one, seems like now is a good time. Also, they have just unlocked, it looks like, the tournament button in the lobby. I'm not sure if it means anything yet, but they did do it, so we'll see if it means anything in the near future. Also, if you guys are looking for, if you guys are on X, Chris Fitch and Alex Livingston just put out something where in the near future on back-to-back Saturdays, they're going to have somewhat of an online seminar kind of discussing, I think the first Saturday is going to be the big hands from the 100K, the Super High Roller Bowl mix games, and then the following Saturday is going to be dealer's choice prep for the World Series. If you're interested in that, I will try to put some sort of link below in the YouTube. I don't get anything for it, but I do like supporting those guys and what they're trying to do for the mix games. So I am all for it. And then hopefully I have some new content for you guys on Friday. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. And then I'm trying to start some couple other games I'm sitting right now. There is another mixed game going. Actually, we'll join it. There is a seat open now, it looks like, so we will go sit over there. And we will set everything up. So we will have a Chop Shop mix and a other Chop Shop mix. All right, Moxie raises us here, and I think we're just going to back jam with 3 to a wheel. All right, I guess we're just calling now at this point. I usually, when Moxie puts 4-backs in, usually this is like aces, 3 to a low suit, rolled up 4s. And then Ryan is probably going to have to fold here. Unless he's got a flush draw. But when he's staring at 4-3-7, there's not much he can do. Well, kind of interesting run out now. Now we got a flush draw, so we're not folding. It's interesting that Moxie catches that ace of hearts, because I mean, I would expect him to pair that card a fair bit. But, I mean, I have nothing. I can't get to the river. Now we make second nut low. And there are 2 5s dead. So I'm going to check to him, and I'm probably going to go for a check raise here. It's kind of close between going for a check raise, actually, and check call. I think I'm just going to go for a check call and try to get Ryan to overcall. He does have a flush. And Ryan actually overcalled with a 7. I probably should have gone for a check raise. But I definitely did not think I could scoop there, so. All right, 5-8-7 against the steal. I think we're just calling. And then open betting 7s. We have a lot of split. We have a lot of split 7s here, and their range can be relatively wide. So, pretty easy bet. All right, let me set up the second table over here. Playing some Dramadoogie. Picks it up very nicely. All right, good start. Ryan Brast is quite a good player in real life. Kind of an interesting combo here. I think we're going to call, just given. Ryan D, good luck today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Here with a gut shot against Moxie's 8, I think we're just going to go ahead and call. I think Mel folds a decent bit. Don't know if I'm spelling right, but we'll just go with that. And then Mel actually called. I feel like I just should have raised there. I didn't think Mel would call with the 10s given the pot size, but he did. And then Moxie continues to catch good. And at this point, I feel like we cannot scoop Moxie, even though we do have a double gutter and an 8 low draw. It's man, they're live. What do I need? 6s are live. 9s are live. I don't love it here because I feel like I'm drawing for half. I think I'm going to make somewhat of a tight fold here because half the pot, I think, at this point is gone most of the time. He did have aces with a 4, so we could not improve our low. So we were drawing for half even if we made the straight. One of those spots to definitely recognize when you're playing stud 8. Here we have a beautiful hand induced to 7 Raz, but unfortunately we're probably not going to get any action. Oh, we do. All right. Well, we're still not probably going to get any action. All right. All right, Drama deuce to 7 here. About to say if it folds to us, I think we're going to open raise with the blockers, but and the fact that it's also double suited. But once we get raised, not drawing too out of position. I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on at this point. Ryan, if you got any questions, feel free to ask. All ears, my man. Sorry for the 3-minute delay. Ooh, they got pipped. 98642 to 98643. Looks like Moxie's only playing one table right now, which is fun. There's a 10-20 fun mix going, but it's heads up right now. We might jump in that a little bit. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult running multiple tables on a stream, so I'm not going to run 3. I'd have to ditch one of these games. Let's keep an eye on it. All right, here in the big blind with the queen jack, 10-7 deuce. Not the prettiest hand, but some connectivity, and we're going to call given the price, and we're going to check call draw one. Queen doesn't really help us. King helps us a little bit, obviously, in that turn. We're still checking. His range is now still a favorite, but we're never folding top two, obviously. And the only thing that realistically beats us at this point is 6-7, but we do block it, so we will chop it. Do 7 drum, huh? Sorry. Yeah, you're big and small blind. Didn't realize that it got folded me real quick. All right, 7-5-5-4 here on the button. I think I'm going to go ahead and open raise this one again, just because this is more of a. We have some blockers. If this was just 5-4-7 by itself, I think we're probably folding. And then on this board, could even do some snowing, but I don't think we're going to do it on this one. Given the fact that we're multi-way here, I think it's a little bit... suicidal is not the right word, but very hopeful, optimistic. Go 2, and we're going to take 2. And make 2 queens. And Moxie can probably bet here pretty liberally, to be honest. And we're just out. And if Moxie shows up, I mean, if Moxie shows up with a good hand here, he probably should have just raised pre-flop. Like, if Moxie shows up with any combination of these cards, he should have 3-bet me pre-flop, but... All right, PLO cap, 4 card. Even though this is a min raise, this hand is just so bad that we're going to give this one up. We'd rather have something that a little bit higher or a little bit lower. But these middling cards with the like the 7-8 deuce king combo is just so bad. Limit Oma height, we're probably defending, and even this one here, the queen 10-7-4, just out. He's king 7, however, we are going to open this one. Again, when you have the kings in this hand, your hand is so much more valuable when you have the ace blocker. And on this board, we're still going to bet. We have the nut. We have the king of hearts, obviously, as a blocker. Don't have any low cards, but this is one where we can still put a fair bit of pressure on our opponent. Much rather bet turn here ourselves and check, because if we check here, our opponent can usually just bet really big on the river. And if we get jammed, it's fine, we just fold. All right, Medusi on the other one. 2, 5, 6, 8. Raise and ticket. PLO 8 on the other one. It went limp check. And this is what we're definitely calling here. We got double gut shot. 3-4 low draw, backdoor diamonds. And we make nut low with a flush draw. So now if our opponent bets here, we're basically going to repot it. We're basically saying we have a super strong draw or a two-way hand. But this is a hand that you definitely want to get it in, try to semi-bluff with. If you can generate fold equity, and if he does call, we're doing just fine. Plus, we're not like super deep. We're not like 300 big bets deep where we have to worry about like if we pot and then he repots it, like what do we do? We're shallow enough to where like this just wants to play for the small amount of stacks that we have. Because if he does repot me in this situation here, if we were like 300 big bets deep, it would be a slight nightmare. All right, here, ace-jack 4-6 against a button open. We're going to 3-bet. Catch a really good flop. Our opponent did fold on the other table, and we did win. And this can go both ways, I think. I'm going to start with a call because that's a really bad card. Because his range is usually something like ace-3 and diamonds, and that card just brings them both in. This is nasty. I think we folded that card, honestly, against a raise. And then Moxie on the other table here. Moxie, we flopped the nuts against Moxie and a limp, and we're just going to jam against him. Do have a low. That's a terrible card. What these cards are coming from, I have no idea. What do I got? What's my low? Live 3? Check fold. Hilarious. Alright. Alright, Moxie, good hand. Again, that's the that is the downside to his decision to like always pick pot in that spot. Is like I get to lower the SPR less than basically 1, and I'm basically not doing any folding unless I catch the worst 2 cards in the deck on both games. So, all right, Badesi over here, calling in the big blind with ace 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, best low, 4, 3, 2, ace, best Badoogie. Slight improvement, and I forget what we mucked, but we're definitely calling. I think I'll have to keep the ace. And ace 4, 6 with a 7 here is probably still a call. With the 3 card 6, it's close. We've seen 3 aces now too. We've seen 4 aces. Wow. I feel like that's been the summary of my week right there. I don't think... I mean, this is a hand I want to raise, but it just doesn't really make much sense. I mean, my showdown value is a little bit better here, but I feel like my opponent just kind of shows up with... kind of weak Badoogies, I guess. So that's a kind of an annoying hand. Here against the min raise on the button and Big O capped, we decide to 3-bet. Flop a 9, a flush draw, and some backdoor low potential too. And then since this is a hand that we just want to basically bet pot and get in. Yep. All right, let's run it. King, queen, 6, 3, 3, and we get scooped. All right. Nice hand. It's also the summary of the week. Can't be complaining too much, but... In that hand where I had 4 aces in Badesi, I mean, a lot of times what happens is when you block your opponent from having, the aces, it's much more likely, and they drew 1, it's much more likely that they have some sort of like rougher Badoogie. Badesi over here, this is going to be a fold. And over here in Badesi against the 3-bet's going to be a fold, the ace deuce. Here with ace, deuce, deuce, a flush draw, backdoor diamonds. What's the SPR is 3. I think we're still betting this flop. We're gonna bet half. We don't block the ace of hearts, but our opponent did just raise and call with king, queen, 6, 3, 3. So, and now this is a really good turn, obviously for us because we make a flush and a low. We don't need a jam pot in this situation because we have it like kind of both ways. So like betting small, I actually think makes a little bit of sense, and then maybe going for a bigger size river bet. Just trying to get it in, but he does fold. So, and this is why also sometimes like on these turns smaller bets work because I can just let it go right there. All right, king, king, deuce, 5, 4. I think I'm going to start with a limp again. When you don't block the aces, it's a hand that you kind of want to play small if possible. And then in a multi-way pot, still calling. I mean, these kings are still like a little bit overrated, but still, with 3 wheel cards, I'm calling. If you kind of look at like what PLO Trainer and some of the other solvers do, I think it kind of plays like extremely honestly with some limps. It does play some traps, but if you start limping with hands, usually it's like hands that want to see flops and then call raises. Here to the 3x, which is fold. Too rough. So the Win came out with their tournament schedule. Again, I'd love to be out there for the first week of the Win. They have like the first 5 tournaments back to back today. It's like 1K Torse, 1K Horse, 1K 08. I think Deuce to 7's in there too, something like that. Just such they're fun games. Obviously, that's why we're preaching to learn the mixed games. Yeah, King 10, 6, 3, 5. Yeah, he's playing a lot of hands. All good. All right, high-low regular. The other table. Half ace to 5 Raz, half stud high. It is dealt just like Raz. The high card brings it in, and then the low is going to push the action in ace to 5. And now these kings are in a really like difficult spot because these kings can almost never win the low on a board against 6-5. Moxie does have 100% of the range, but still, it's just going to be hard to get there. Now Moxie could make 3 pair, and kings could scoop here. Because if Moxie makes a pair, if Moxie makes, and he does check, which is interesting, because if Moxie makes 3 pair, then Pomsky could have like a king low and scoop Moxie, especially if he has 2 better pair. So let's see what happens. He does have 3 pair. Pomsky does have the kings up with a king low and scoops. So that's one of those really rare situations that you see. And again, going back to what Chris says about when Moxie checks the 6-5, 10-6 board, usually there's something wrong with his hand. Here's a little bit of a loose defend here, I think, with this, the 10-8, 6-3. But we do have the 6 on our board against a 100% complete steal, I think. And I think I'm just going to give this one up. Again, the aces are now so far ahead and we don't have like immediate, any sort of immediate straight draw. We're going to raise this one. Stud 8, we also have a hand over here with the queens. I think I'm just going to call with the queens and then decide what to do. Opponent catches really good. And again, this is another problem situation now, and I'm going to give this one up because if I make 2 pair, I have a jack low. And our opponents on the stud 8 or better table have both caught in relatively good, so we're just going to give our queens up even though we do have a backdoor flush draw. All right, high-low regular, a little bit different. Obviously, it's kind of interesting to play these 2 games back-to-back. But here my opponent most likely should be giving up, even though he probably isn't. Unless he has 3 7s. And now hopefully we don't have the problem by the river. We make 6s full. Yeah, I mean we're going to get called most likely. Hopefully he has the 3 pair. If he has 3 pair, we have the 5s for low. He does not have the 5. He does not have the pairs that we needed. So then, if you guys both have 3 pair, your lowest, what is it? Folding this one, folding that one. Probably could have 2-bet donkey there, honestly. Alright, 8-8 with 7 here is a very playable hand. But when it goes raise and re-raise, we kind of have a problem, so... Usually Moxie's representing 3 low cards in that spot when he opens into an 8 and another ace, so... I block 2 8s. And I kind of like this bet by Pomsky, actually. I don't know what this raise is by Moxie. This doesn't make any sense, honestly. I mean, maybe it's aces, but... I mean, even again, it doesn't make sense. And Pomsky should just be betting. So, I don't know what's going on with this one. Yeah, that raise by Moxie makes no sense. Because if he doesn't have an ace in his hand, then Pomsky's ahead, I mean, close to both directions. I mean, obviously he has a queen and Pomsky has a king, but it doesn't really mean much in that spot. All right, Archie 6-6 here. We're going to go for the 3-bet and draw 1 at the flush. If he takes 3, it's probably a hand that we're going to bet once and then probably check back turn, because more than likely he has a like 2-pair type hand. We don't want to see a pat. We don't see a pat. That's good. If he pats, that usually means he's got a full house. And we do make it. So we got to go for the raise on the river for sure. And we don't want to see a 3-bet with this hand. And he does have kings up. Accidentally on the other table got folded to and folded. Think we were playing Big O. We were playing Drum Mahal Deuce. I would have raised this hand on the button here. Double suited Jack 9-4-7 for sure. So made a slight mistake there. Not the end of the world. Again here on the button with a flush draw. Again, these flush draws are not really playable in earlier positions, but in late positions they're fine. Again, I would do a lot of calling here, I think, with like my 1-card draws with a lot of different holdings. He takes 2, we take 1. And again, there's really, it's hard in this game to bluff. Again, I think what I want to do here is bet and then try to take a free card, and he takes 3. Interesting. Well, now he's just going to be calling down, I guess, so it's one of those spots too where we can check back, we can know his hand, and we just get to bet down. The other table here, we actually flopped a flush, and we have a very strong 9 low. And we're just going to bet it down. And then over on the Moxie table, he does have aces. We make another flush. And then in the Drum Mahal Deuce, we did scoop that one. And then Archie here with the 9s. It would have been kind of a really interesting spot again because we qualify and we don't block a lot of low cards. So when that type of when that usually happens, it usually means we want to play our high hand more often than not. But 9s is just such a weak holding. Again, guys, let me know how things are going, because I'm putting this out there for people to have kind of a base to learn mixed games. I appreciate all the feedback that I get from you guys as well, too. Also, I am looking forward to when Phenom gets these tournaments. I think it'll be a nice... it'll be a nice little change, I think. And yeah, they have they have deuces 7 triple draw running, but again, that's out of the scope of the challenge. It's just 5-10 too, which is probably be good for a different video on YouTube. Kind of interesting that one's going, I guess. Draw Mahad deuce on the other table. Kind of an interesting combo here with the double suited king, queen, 5, 4, 3. I think we're going to call. And we're going to check, draw 1, break the king. And on the other table, it looks like Mr. Moxie left. Check, check. Discard 1. Do make queens full, so easy bet. The other table check down, but we did make an 8 low on the river, so we do qualify. And then over here, hopefully our opponent calls with some sort of like pair, and we get to scoop. He does. Oh, his jack's full. We scoop that hand. Interesting. All right, big easy heads up. We'll get there if we get there. All right, 3, 4, 6, 6, 7, 8, double, triple. Again, we don't have an ace in our hand. Want to do a fair bit of limping, but we're not folding this combo heads up. We will love that flop on the last one. Yeah, and we just are going to give this one. All right, peel 8 or better capped on the other one. This is the type of hand on your button. I imagine that this is, if folded to, we want to like raise fold it, block the aces. We have some low card. Here, Pomsky limps in. Got a nice looking hand with these king, king, 4. Double, triple, suited ace. And we get a pretty good flop here with the gut shot, flush draw. Probably just going to start by betting half. We can do some checking here too, I think. And we turn pretty powerful here with nut low draw 2. So this is one where I think we're just going to go for pot. And if he gets it in, we're never like that dead. So yeah, we make nut nut. He does have 6-4 though, I see. Yeah, top 2 in this game is really dangerous. I mean, if the board pairs and you pair your card, great. Beautiful flop here. We block 3 aces. We flop second. We flop whatever. We got a set of queens. We got no low draw, so we have a big hand. Don't have the flush draw, but whatever. This is one I think if I had the flush draw, I would check, honestly. Without the flush draw here, I just want to kind of build a pot, I think, a little bit. But those are the type of hands you're looking to check if you're going to find some checks. Here, nothing too strong, but again, I think the price is just too good. We're going to call. We do flop an 8, a 3. And the only problem with this type of hand is my hand is extremely vulnerable if my opponent has a 3. So turn here, we're going to bet and try to get him to fold something that might be mediocre. What do we have for low? Do 7. So we do have an emergency low too. I think I'm going to check this river and call. Yeah, it's not great, but I don't think I'm folding. Don't think I'm folding a full house and a low. That seems pretty hard. I think with this combo we'll fold to the raise. No suits except 3 clubs. Interesting. Dramadoogie, we get delta. Oop, wrong one. 86 low. But we are just going to give that one up with the deuce 3. Alright, we do have a king here though. And I think we're just going to keep it. Sorry about the other one. Kind of boring on the other table right now. Yeah, I mean, we're not calling with flush draw though, so. Yeah, we just stay pat. And then when he checks, I don't necessarily assume that I'm free rolling here, so I am going to check and just try to realize my equity, because he usually has a 9 here. And call river. He does have a 9. So we were free rolling, but... got limped around over here. Here I'm going to try to turn my hand into a bluff. I could theoretically ditch one, but I think I'm just going to turn it into a bluff here. See how it works. To make 5s full in the river, so just keep betting and see if it works. I doubt it, but... because I think I would have got raised by 6s full on the turn, and I do block some of those combos. So, wow, I got called by a 3-card 8. Wow, all right. Three-card 8 with no pair too. Interesting. All right, let's get him. Throw away the deuce and the 7. Draw out the 9 Badoogie. We do have a straight draw. We do make aces and jacks and block a 5 too, so again, if we can get generate some fold equity, we're going to go for it. It works. Interesting one on the other table over here. We have the 8 Badoogie in a 3-handed game because 3 people are sitting out right now. And I think I'm going to keep the 8 to start with. Scooped. Good check on the other one. You can reorganize this so it doesn't. It's sorting my cards with respect to rank right now, and you can change that in the settings. And I think I am going to go do that. It's hard for me to deal with that one. So let me go change that one. All right, Raz on the other table, deuce to 7. We did get another player. Again, the bring it in this game is a little bit bigger. And again, my opponent's gonna have 100%, so we're not folding, even though the pot size is a little bit smaller since there's only 3 people. I do think we see one more. Again, pot size small, but yeah, now we're just, unfortunately, I think we have to fold this one now. 10. Yeah, king 10. Yeah, all right. You got me, good sir. But I gotta change the settings here. Table. Auto sort cards. Get out of there. Thank you very much. Alright, easy steal on the other table with the ace queen 7 when folded too. And again, I think a defendable hand here with a 9-8-6 and a 3-handed game. It's not the best. And then when he catches an 8, we catch a jack. We're done. And then pretty loose attempt at a steal over here, but we get it through. And then our other player left, so we're still heads up again. If I like Jack-Jack here, I think I would give this one up. Oh, sorry. I think I would give Jack-Jack up here, but now we definitely give it up. Again, another easy to... Wow. Got to walk there with a 4. I mean, the 4 should be, I believe, in it. Just 100% open. But Deucey? Other table, we limp with split 8s, calling the raise. And his board is catching good, but we're not folding with 4 to an 8 plus a pair of 8s. Catch slightly better in this situation, and theoretically we cannot be scooped right now, so I think we're going to bet. If we get raised, we just call. Yeah, we just call. And hopefully he did not improve his pair. That's not good. Oh, ace king. Yeah, that's fine. Other table, Badusi. We drew 3. We made a 7 Badugi, and now we're going to check raise. And we make a very nice looking hand here with the 7-7. And he folds for 1 bet in a 1-1 spot. I mean, honestly, heads up, this is a hand you could consider like keeping the jack, but I think because of the fact that I actually have deuce 7, I'm just going to draw more. We do make 8 Badugi, 10 low. Ditching the 10 low. If he did lead into us, we could do some trapping. I think like any 8 Badugi here is probably going to be good enough for raise. Heads up on the next street. Not keeping the 10 yet. We would on this street, but not yet. At 3-3 spot, not folding yet. Just looking for a heart and a spade. Just the 3 and the 4, right in between. But now the Vibe and the Deuce will come over here, so the auto sort. Oh my gosh, we almost hit it. The auto sort won't sort because of rank. We're calling here. We're drawn 2 with a 2 2, 4, 5, and we have blockers. We've seen some other blockers here, so there we go. We're gonna do that. Take 2. And we are gonna check raise a wheel Badoogie. Hopefully my opponent has a terrible hand and doesn't fold. I'm sorry, folds. Oh, we get the fold and we got the 6-eye straight. Lovely. That worked out. Kind of one of those free shot hands where your opponent is almost never going to have a wheel. But we're running good Medusi. Yeah, this hand just wants to pad, I believe, and try to generate fold equity. We do have 2, 4, 7, so we have a little bit of showdown value. I mean, technically we have the best 3 card right now since he's drawing 3, but... Well, that's unfortunate. We don't want to see a pat, but we are not breaking our hand, I don't believe, so... 2, 3, 7 beats 2, 4, 7. 3 to a number 2. We did not run that good in that hand. I think we're just going to keep 1 here. Or draw 1 here. And again, hopefully generate some fold equity. We get check raised here, it's tricky. Probably just fold, honestly. And then my hand, I think, wants to bet the river to try to get my opponent to fold something that does have us beat. And it works. Might have him beat, might not though. Usually a 3-5-8-3 card is not going to win at Showdown. Now we're going to play the best game in the whole world. Limit Omaha 8 or better. Here with a flush draw and a low draw, we still don't have any pair blockers or any like straight anything. I think we're just like, this is a good one to just throw in the check call range. And then on the turn, same thing. Like we do have a straight draw, but just still check calling again. And then I think we just donk river here with second nuts. I think if I had, maybe if I didn't have a deuce, I would want to check there. And the reason why is then he has like some low card combinations. But I mean, in general, I also just want to bet that river sometimes when I don't have it. So, seems fine. Obviously, ace queen board when we raise the button with the deuce 3 9. Our opponent is just going to fold a lot. Then here's kind of an interesting one to consider check raising with, to be honest. And then on the other table we have an ace high flush draw. We're gonna 3-bet. And turn like looks like a good card, but I think I'm still gonna check my kings, and the reason why is like the board is gonna change a lot on the river. And we still are gonna check call with the kings and the king of hearts, because there's a lot of low cards out there too. Oh, sorry, missed that one. We did get bet into on the river. And we let him bluff it off with the ace of hearts, so that was a good outcome. And then Archie, as you saw, we did make the flush. Heads up limit 08, I like to play just basically a raise fold strategy and simplify it. And then in a 1-2 spot. Interesting. We get called after it went 2-1, so I think we're just going to jam the ace high flush. It's pretty good board texture in the Omaha game for us. We do get 4-bet, which is not good, but this is usually going to be a low draw. The only unfortunate thing here is that we actually do have 4 low cards, so we do not want to see anything crazy. And then on the other table, we do have a wrap, so we're going to bet turn and kind of bluff this hand. We do make a straight out the river. And he does have a wheel, so we chop. And then 10-7 plus 4-7 low. And we scoop that one as well. Alright, big easy on the other table. Yeah, he's sitting out now. I kind of ran him over pretty good, so. Just me and Mr. Brast. I probably would have check folded his hand on the flop. Very hard to hand to realize equity with King 10-5. Ace 9-5 deuce is probably a hand when we have a Badoogie that we just want to throw in the call range. I think we want to check raise this turn, to be honest, because we have more 9-10s and we have some backup both ways. And then on this river it's kind of close, but I have to turn my hand into a bluff, I think. Because I have no straight. Hope I don't get called super light. That would be terrible. Does fold. It's good. I'm going to make a loose call here against CT. I limped in with the 2-4-5-6-6-9 triple double. And we got nothing though, so we're just going to check fold. Turn here we did turn the low wrap. Again decided to call, and then on this river here, easy fold. Big easy, we have the we have a bunch of different low hands. Let's see, big O can't. Let's fold. Start with a check here. Again, when you're playing against 4 players, you have to play cautious. It's just so likely one of your opponents has it. Alright, against... Now we're going to be 3-handed, it looks like. And then here we raise. And change the bet sizing, I feel like, a little bit, but maybe not. Big easy, we got a really beautiful hand over here. Ace, deuce, 3, 4, 6. Triple double. And this is just going to be a stone pot. Super strong hand. On the river here, we make number 2 low with 3 pair. And even if he blasts the river, I think we call. I think we call because he has like so many straights and it's can't do. Sorry, I missed the other one that we were talking about. And Big O, we have another good-looking hand over here. So these, I would say, are like good-ish aces. And then on the other table, we're going to fold the flush draw over here to the bet. Here again, it's close. Like, these kings are overrated. It is It is the good like triple double suit against like a small sizing. I think I'm gonna go for it and call. Probably should have limped this one. Actually, I think about this one. This one probably should have been a limp. This would have probably been a good combination to limp with. And then reduce go calls and catches an ace. I think we're just gonna check this one back. But I don't think I'm checking twice when I catch 3, 6, 7 on my board. Interesting fold. Might have just had a flush draw. And then I caught 2 of his clubs. That would make some sense. Pretty junky hand here with king 7, 8. I mean, again, the antes are small with it being where we're at right now, so I'm just gonna fold. But it's definitely a hand I want to get in there against my opponent opening a 9 with an overcard king and a 2 low cards. That's not good. I mean, honestly, I still think we defend here if Rudy Disco. That's how he pronounced it. I forgot. It's Rudy Disco. Yeah. Rudy Disco. He was in the chat the other day, and I was trying to remember how to pronounce his name. Yeah, I think same thing here. Go for a steal. Feels like 3 queen 6 rainbow. Maybe here with the I think 2 to a 6 and a 2 flush. I think we call, and we open pair 6s with a 3 flush. So interesting there. He does catch 3 clubs. Can't really assume though. My board is still pretty good though. Can't just assume that he has a flush at this point. He might be raising a 1-card flush draw too. I would go for a check raise here with a low, but it's kind of interesting here. Like, I think sometimes here I actually just want to lead into him, because I think again that raises a lot of times it's going to be a 1-card flush draw. Did have the ace-8 flush draw too. I think my hand here on the button's just a little bit too weak to open, even though it's like double suited with the ace low. Again, given the fact that you're playing Omaha High for half the board, I have to assume that there's probably some value in some of the high hands. Like, this is an interesting one with a jack high flush draw, obviously, but or sorry, king high flush draw, but probably still not good enough. But this, however, is a very pretty hand. The double suited 8, 3, 4, 5. And I think this is the one where we just want to start jamming the money in. It's pushing so much equity both ways, so. And we get a pretty good flop. A couple flush draws. And with 2 flush draws and Rudy over there only having $10 left, we're not folding, so. He does have us beat though right now. He's gonna scoop us. Again, queen, deuce 3-4 like convertible, double suited. The ace can also play some sort of role here, I think. So I think this is a fine open. It's funny, in Drama Hot Deuce, it feels like every hand looks like a good hand. Against 3-bet, though, this is fold. But in, like, Drama Doogie, no hands look like a good hand unless you get Delta, like an 8-bet Doogie plus. Speaking of Drama Doogie, we are playing it on the other table right now. We are playing 100, 200 Super Circus. We got ace. We got a 7 Badoogie. Oh, this is Drama Hot Deuce. I'm playing the wrong table. But we are still opening the 1-card jack. Max Coleman's playing, Bruno's playing, and then Orkin is playing. Alright, PLO 8 or better. I remember playing with Max. Played with Max a couple times. Max has really turned into quite a mixed game player. Just super, super smart, super, super talented. Drama Doogie on the button, King King. This is close. Again, like, my cards work really well together too. I don't think Donkey should be opening here. Like, the problem is I have no redraws, and I don't feel like Donkey should be opening draw 2s in this situation, so I'm gonna let this one go. And then here we potted pre-flop versus Rudy. We have 2 aces, ace of club blocker. I think this is a good one to semi-bluff. If we had like ace of spades, ace of hearts, yeah, we get jammed on, unfortunately. We just have to fold. If we had like ace of spades, ace of hearts, I think this one would probably be a check fold. But with the ace of clubs in our hand, I think we had to go for it. And interesting, Donkey took 2 over there, so... Alright, button here with ace 8, 6, 6. Again, we have some limps, but I think this one is like, okay, it's just like a raise and fold to any other action. And pretty bad flop. Go ahead and just bet small and hope that we just take it down right here. We could be getting floated here, but I'm just gonna check this one back with the flush draw. And it's a pretty good card for us, honestly. And against that sizing, we just call with flush. I don't think we raise the flush on the river. And he does have ace king, so we got lucky to run that one out. His hand though, ace king queen deuce. I think that's what he had. That hand should be an auto. That hand should be an auto. Ace king. He had ace king queen 3. That should be for sure an 3-bet pre-flop. That hand is extremely strong. Playing deuce res over the other chop shot. I think that's one thing a lot of people don't want to do in these cap games a lot of times is they just don't want to get their money in. But you got to understand, like, when there's a fair bit of dead money out there, you just gotta fight for it. And a hand like Ace King Queen 3 at 40 bets with Annie's in there is just a hand that you want to put a re-raise in 3-handed for sure. Like obviously if you're 9-handed, it's a lot different. And Badesi over here against Mr. Brast. Ace 5-8. Kind of a gross spot, honestly. We might call here and see what he does. He does take one. And then with our combo here, I think we fold. Don't really want to draw with a 3-card 7 to we would probably keep the 8 in that position depending on what he did. Here on the button, it looks like we have a Badoogie, but we do not. Those pair doogies are tricky. No improvement. Pat. Patchski Hutchki. Yeah, we had a 7 and an 8. I still think we call here. With the ace deuce 6, we have some showdown value and obviously a pretty bad one there. So I'm going to give this one up. I think Ryan there can be pretty rough with his Badoogies as well, so I think we have enough equity on both sides. And Badoosie on the other table, we have 3-5-7 in the cutoff. And we make 2-3-5 with a 7. I'm going to go ahead and check raise this one. Check. What do we take? 3-1. And then I'm going to do the same thing over in the Badesi table. Rudy took 1, but I think we're going to represent the strong draw here. Interesting. In the Badesi table, I don't even think it got bet. Did it get bet? And then our play worked. Rudy folded turn. And then it looks like it's just checking through. So it looks like we're free rolling with the 2-3-5-7. And then we really have no showdown value here, so with the deuce. So yeah, but the 2-3-5 is good. Pardon me for the ace to 5. My music went out. Alright, Badoosie, Badesi. 2-4-6 here. I'm going to start with a check. And call. I think it's an adjustment right now. I feel like in these spots where if it goes like 2-2 and I check, a lot of my opponents are betting, and I feel like I want to start going for more check raises. Yeah, I'm just gonna check and draw one at the 2-3-4-6-9. Definitely gives me more playability, I think. Probably a little bit more equity. And that is a card. That is an amazing card. Definitely go for the check raise in a one-path situation when we've like shown no aggression. And we do scoop. Alright, other table, Badoosie. We've got Mr. Donkey on tilt. With the 9 here, I think we can just go ahead and open. We'll leave it there for a second. Against Mr. Donkey's raise and Badoosie, we're calling and drawing. And we do make a 7 Badoogie right away. Start with a check raise. We will raise the 7 Badoogie. Caught bad twice. ish. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one up against the ace 8-6. Big bets are coming up. One draw left. It's interesting here with the king, but I think I'm still gonna ditch it. And still betting. Yep. We were gonna chop that one. Oh, other one. Sorry. Didn't want the straight draw in my hand, but couldn't get off of it. All right, 3-5-6. Another playable Medusi hand here. We're gonna 3-bet this one again. And we make another Medusi. This hand's getting unbearable over here. But we still have the best low, so we're kind of stuck. What do we have? We have 8-8 over here in a 1-2 spot. I guess we call and just be sad about it. Oh, he's all in. Yeah, we chop it. And then, I mean, this is, I'm like really under repping this hand. This hand is really strong, but my 8 Badugi is not what I want, obviously. Just call down. So he ginned it. All right, 3-7-8 here on the button. Pretty standard open, I would say. And no improvement? Somewhat improvement, but not much. Yeah, we're calling once, but not drawing at the 87 with the 2-3, so 2-3 spades. And we do make up a doogie, but in a 1-1 spot, unless this checks around, we're never keeping this. Just done. All right, Archie on the button here, ace deuce 6. Gonna open. Don't love the fact that I don't have the wheel draw, but I do have the ace in my hand, so make number 2 right away. And I would say against like a 3-1, it's, I mean, sometimes it is a bad low draw. And sometimes it's just, you know, like it's 1 pair, so, or now 2 pair, obviously, but it is 2 pair. And that's why having the ace in your hand is so valuable, is because a lot of times when your opponent is drawing at a pair or has a pair, you can overtake them with aces. And this is a tricky spot against a 1-card draw. I think I'm just gonna let this one go. There's just nothing really, good, I think, at this point that can happen with my hand, unless I draw 3 again. And I'm ditching a ton of low cards to get there. Ryan raising button here. I think we're going to 3-bet the queens with the ace blocker. And Rudy's like, all right, I got you guys. And a 1-2-2 spot. Start with a check. We do have aces on the other table. 1-08. Oh, interesting. This is new. I haven't seen this before. They put the side pot and the main pot up there. So, and Ryan's pat against a 1. Yeah, it's gonna be hard here, I think. Did go 2 to pat. All right, let this one go. Any trips? Interesting. I mean, I think he can just keep drawing at his trips for what it's worth. Like, I like this play. I think this play's good. I think this play is totally fine. But yeah, like I would much rather. I mean, like he probably gets more action from me if he draws one, because now I think he's got a low draw. So, all right, 2, 3, 4, 7 in the Limit Omaha game on the button. Interesting decision here in the Archie game when we make jacks. I'm going to ditch the jacks and draw again at the wheel. Takes one again. And he checks back. So we do have a little showdown value with ace high. Not a ton, but some. And ace 9 high is probably one where we're just going to check fold. Yeah, not fun. Yeah, we do have ace high, but I think ace 9 is not the one I want. Turn some equity here on the turn. Do get check raise, which is interesting, but not folding wheel draw, so. And bad run out. I'm gonna pot this one over here against Mr. Brast. Ace 3, 4, 5, Jack 10. Got a flush draw, a 10, a gut shot, and some backdoor stuff in a pot where the SPR is 2. I think this is just enough to get in. Interesting, he calls. I mean, I guess I'm going all in because I'm not folding at this point, but yeah, it felt like a hand like that wanted to call flop, but I guess I'm not folding to the all in there, so. Flop a pretty good one over here. Straight flush draw with the redraw to the straight, so probably playing a big one fast. If he calls, he most likely has the nope. Now we overtake the set though, so that's good. I guess it's possible to get some money back here. Yeah, all right, good luck us. Free rolling. Did not get there. Had him stone dead on the flop too. Well, I mean, we both had it, but. All right, limit 08 over here. We flop open-ended. Donkey called flop. I think we're just gonna check this one. And we bets river. I mean, I think I have to call with a 9. I unblock the spades and unblock like the ace deuce something or other. So yeah, he has 5 high, so we win. Here against Mr. Brass, we're going to float with the ace-high flush draw. I guess we do have kings and jacks, but the whole purpose of this hand was to float to we're just going to pot river with ace-high blocker. All right. Min raise here? Yeah, min raise call. For a second I thought I had 10-10 in my hand. Pot? Three's a pretty good card for us, but we have no clubs in our hand either, so. One pair hands can definitely be overrated in this game. We have it here? We do. We have the Queen Badoogie on the button. Start with the bet. Call. Now I would assume that this is usually some sort of flush with a Badoogie draw, so I'm not folding my queen, plus I have a straight now, so. Doesn't matter even if you have it with Badoogie, I guess. That is a pretty hand in Archie. Unfortunately, it is not good in Dramadoogie. Alright, do a big O hand over here. Nut flush draw, jack, second nut low draw. Let's see. There we go, yeah. Okay, on turn, yeah, I thought it said call. Definitely want to just pot here, top two. And we get fold. Hour and a half right now. Dramadoogie, use 5-9 on the button, no ace. Just letting that one go. The split 8s over here with 2 9s on the board. I've never been a big blind fan unless playing bid bet games. I'm just never really enjoyed it. I'm betting 8s. Dramadoogie. Kind of an interesting one here. Sorry, let me get this off. Flop 9's full. Actually, kind of a fun one. And I guess I'm gonna back raise this one. Just draw one. I mean, he definitely has a 6 in his hand. There's no question about that. Need a heart, I guess. Alright. 6-6 is good, sir. Unless you got a straight flush draw. That's weird. I'm just checking. Such a weird hand. Yeah, obviously. Mr. Meowza is in the house. point. I wonder if this is one that I should theoretically go for a check raise, but I guess not. Oh, we had queens too. Interesting. Alright, deuce raz. And Dramaha deuce three-way. Still folding with the queens. Deuce raz. Deuce. We're in the cutoff here. Sorry. We're playing deuce res. Bring it in. Open the cutoff here with the 4 card 10. This is okay. And a really bad flop though. And then we're gonna defend. Still calling. I guess if we get raised here, we have to fold. And then here, I think we actually just check fold. Deuce to 7 drama hug. We could delta 7. Yeah, I think we just have to fold this one. Good turn gives us a flush draw and a pair. So now we're scooping like some wraps on the flop. Jack 6 is good. Oh, I guess he had a straight, never mind. Here with the 1 card 8 draw, we're still 3-betting. And here with an 8 and a flush draw, pretty easy bet, draw 1. So many 5-card games, I have to keep looking at the game to make sure I don't make a mistake. All right, 3, 6, 8, Medusi. 1-1, checking king. And just calling. And bad river card, because now we get scooped by a fair bet. Get scooped by Jack 10. Is here. I'm gonna do Medusi table. Did call with the king. We did call with the king and he had quad 9, so we did get half. We got another deuce and Medusi, so. Did, however, hold up with the Badugi. All right, playing PLO 8 on the other table now. Action is slow at the moment. All right, Limit Omaha 8. And still PLO capped. And this hand is going to go in the muck if we get raised. And it's just too junky. Even small blind, big blind. And same with Jack, Jack, Queen 5. I can't imagine a scenario where we play this one. PLO 8, we got kind of an interesting one here with the 4, 6, 7, 8 double. Against the min raise, we're probably just calling. And we do flop a wrap. So we got a 7 low and a 6. Problem is we can get pretty easily overtaken with our hand. Even if, you know, like we make a straight. Like say we make a 3 here and we make 4, 7 for the nuts. He's got a deuce draw. He's in good shape. But here, once he checks flop, we turn a flush draw with it too. I think we just want to bet pot. And then on river here, I think we want to bet like half pot, and then if he jams, we just call. Yeah. Okay. I mean, his turn calls. Yeah, I think his turn call's fine. Live deuce draw. 10 deuce 3 4. Triple suit is just too junky. And then in the limit Omaha A table, we're defending here. We don't love it, but we're definitely calling. And honestly, we flop relatively good for our hand here. I think I'm just going to go for a donk bet. We do get a heads up, so we'll take that. For a bad turn card. Turn to the bad. High heart is pretty bad for this hand. I still think we have to call, however. And now we probably just fold. Yeah, definitely at the bottom of the range here with the one pair on this board, so just fold. We do have 2 5s, so we do block like the ace deuce 5 type hand. And pretty good flop for our range, etc. Plus we have 2 deuces and a 3. Just getting brutalized on the raises. I think once we hit the hearts, though, we just have to donk that river. Call. Does have 7-6. I don't think that raise is good. I think you're more likely to run into a straight flush than you are a 3/4 or scoop. So let's get the music back. I feel like in the last 3 days I've just been part of it's been feel like I've had some interesting hands, but even playing 2 games I'm just doing a lot of folding. And Daisy over here mucking. Big O capped on the other table mucking. So many different combinations in these games that you just have to like triple check every single time you get dealt 5 cards. And it's kind of ironic too, because if I want to play like 4 mixed games, it's just hard to run a stream 4 mixed games at the same time. Even though the variation in different mixed games right now, 100, 200, 2, 4, 3, 6, 30, 60 Raz. All right, Big O capped here. Big O capped here. I'm not rejamming with this combination, I think, against like this pot size. I think we're just... oh, I guess this is the gentleman who had all the funky stuff. I think I am going to raise pot against him. Like, this raise size is usually pretty telling, but I can't help it against someone I feel like that had the King Queen 6-3-3. Yeah, again, like the King Queen Jack 4-5. We do get half, luckily. So yeah, like this is a much better pot than against most players, I think, who were just like open potting. So good adjustment. But AC over here still folding the ace 4. Mr. Brass stacks him. It was interesting it seems like a couple weeks ago they had, when I started the challenge and I set up the challenge, the game that was going consistently were a couple 15-30 games almost every single day. Before that it was like 10-20, and now it's kind of diverged, it feels like, between some lower limit games, between like 4-8 and under, and 30-60 and higher. So I think we've only got one 10-20 game in the stream so far. All right, stud high low regular. It's kind of interesting, all the dead cards. 5, 7, ace 6. But we're not playing this hand. Again, half ace to 5 Raz, half stud high. And against a pretty wide opening range, I think with the ace, we're going to go with the 2-bet with the 4-5-6. This is a hand that I'm okay jamming on 3rd Street. You don't want to be doing it with against like an ace, I'd say like on 4th or 5th too often. This bet is good. I want to re-raise in this situation, but I think calling's okay. Obviously we catch awful, but we're still calling. And the king, the jack, queen, king. We can't even call. We can't beat ace king high. Can we win with jack high? Probably not. We're just folding. Got queen low. Jack low? Jack 6 low? He's got a pair. This is close, I think, actually, for calling with the jack low, but obviously we have no high. We can't win the high portion of the pot. Reason I didn't raise 5th Street is because if I do catch the 3 or another low card, I want to be able to jam. Sometimes it looks like a pair. Don't love the fact they caught the 3, but we're not betting the 8-6-4 board. And again, it's very hard for him to scoop my hand at this point. Yeah, okay. So in a situation where it's really hard for your opponent to scoop you like that, you should be doing the betting. Because if he does make trips or 2-pair, he has a king low. And if he's got a better low, then my 8s are good for high. Now, I could theoretically like have a wheel somehow, but that's a really hard hand to have. What we got? 1:45. We're gonna do about 15 more minutes, I think. 2 hours a day seems like a good amount for everyone. See, in Raz here, if our opponent here opened the 3 versus a king and a queen, we're probably calling here with the deuce 4, again, because he's got 100% of his range. But in high-low regular, you're playing for 2 pots, and the queen is just such a detrimental card for you when you don't have the ace. Here we limped it at 8-4-10 in a like kind of a late position, trying to just see a cheap card and try to take it on a later street, but Mel pairs 3s and we're done. Charmin limped. We're going to check this one back. Yep, pairs 9s, and that's just going to seal the deal. In a situation where he's overbetting pot effectively. Alright, we're going to play this one too, but on the other table we got Archie 6-6. 2 4s are dead, as a notice in the stud game. We are not folding the 3-5-6. So start with a call. And in the Archie game, we get multiple way action over here. They both caught pretty good. We did not. And we're going to fold the 3-5-6 with 2 4s dead. We do make aces and 10s, and Mango's pat. What? There's 2 people pat? What just happened? Wait, what? just happened? Well, we're not folding. I mean, we can definitely make a full house here and win a big one. Again, having the 2 aces in my hand is not necessarily great, just because I block a lot of the lows my opponents can have. Dosser folds. Kind of a gross spot. Wow. All right, we do make... Oh my goodness, you guys haven't even seen this one yet. We do make aces full. I was on the wrong table. We are going to go for the check raise. And hopefully Mango has a high and we get to re-jam this one. Oh, I can't re-raise, unfortunately. But we do scoop against the flush and the straight. I probably would have played Mango's hand the same way, given the fact that no one... I think... What else am I supposed to do? I mean, honestly, I think... so, let's go back to... Drama Deuce there. So, Dr. Suckout's asking, what else am I supposed to do in that situation? And I think he's supposed to jam. I mean, if he jammed against Mango, he would have scooped Mango and got me out of the pot. So, I think it went 3-bet. He called, I called... And then he never put a bet in. I'm assuming that was just absurdly... I'm assuming that was yeah, for sure it was an absurdly unlucky. I guess I had 2 outs considering I saw their hands, but definitely should have been jamming the flush at some point. And then you slow. I mean, at some point you definitely slowed down, but. Not when... I mean, not just for a 3rd bet. You definitely should put at least a 4th bet in. If a 4th bet goes in, I might just fold my hand pre-flop, honestly. We got a pair and an open-end straight draw with a jack. I think my opponent can probably have a pretty wide range in this situation. We do make the nuts. And a jack low. We do a scoop. But yeah, that's definitely a situation where, like, again, sometimes you're kind of on the bottom end of what your pat range should look like with respect to like a 10 high flush. But you gotta put a little more action in to try to protect your hand. Like on that first draw, even if you decide to pat, he probably should just check raise Mango, and if he's beat, just be beat. Draw Maha Deuce to 7. We do not have a pair, and we have we're kind of straighted plus double suited. This is just an easy 3-bet, and we're just gonna go ahead and bet. But yeah, he definitely underplayed his hand for sure. Here with the kings, I think I'm just gonna fold. Don't block any aces. And Sharman took 3, and we have a flush draw. But against obviously the 3, I want to bet with the flush draw. If I didn't have a flush draw here, I might consider checking because we don't want that to happen. Now the only good news is we only get scooped by a hand that has 4-6 right now. Now we only get, well, we can't get scooped. That's the good news. But we can get quartered by a better 6 hand. But yeah, at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and check because I don't think he check raises me with a hand that has a worse 6. Yeah, so on the other table over here, Dr. Suckout asked. I didn't complete the whole thought, obviously. He's got to either watch the stream But he asks, are you supposed to fold a flush that's dealt to you? Never. I mean, you were scooping until the river. You were. Scooping till last draw. You know, he asked, he goes, are you supposed to fold a flush that's dealt to you? Basically never. I mean, it's just like basically never. Archie, careful. Well, I mean, to be all fair, I think partially you kind of kicked yourself in the balls there, and the reason I say that is because, again, you needed to protect your hand, and you kind of let me draw at it for relatively cheap. I mean, in all fairness, too, like, it kind of looked like you had a low draw. So I think that, you know, it's pretty obvious. You just need to put more action when you get dealt a flush. And then, you know, if like you 4-bet, I mean, like, I definitely looked like you had a weak low, and Mango, you know, I would have probably played Mango's hand the same way. I mean, River's kind of close, to be honest. He's looking to get paid off like a hand by mine, but you know, what is it? The Jack Eye straight is like one of the worst pad hands that you can kind of have in that situation. So I don't know. It's close. And then here with aces and Archie, we're gonna open again because, you know, we're just so good with those aces and Archie. And again, I think I played that hand wrong because I should have tried to keep the convertible. Shouldn't have kept the 10. I keep making the same mistake. And on the other table, we're playing PLO8. Do flop kings and nines. Start with a half bet. Now it's kind of interesting with the convertible. Convertibility of this hand. I think we've thrown away one club too, so I think we're gonna have to just see how this one plays out. Because the flush definitely has more, and then here in the PLO8 are better. This is kind of tricky, I think. I am gonna ditch the aces, I think, though, multi-way and draw out the ace-high flush. Back is old. Here we potted pre-flop against Ryan. And we have no spades, no pair blockers except the deuce. And I think we just give this one up. I don't mind playing my hand in position here against Charmin. When he full pots, though, I'm just going to give this one up. Definitely going to start setting, I think, some traps if I can. Ace, 5, 7. Big easy, we're playing on the other table over here. It's just not that great of a hand. This one, the triple double. Pretty bad flop. Oh, interesting. He had a wheel the other hand. I totally missed it. This one is basically just trying to take this one away if my opponent doesn't have a jack. And then on turn here, we're just going to check back. Do have a little, I mean, we have some showdown value, which ain't much. It's a pretty good river. And then, actually, it's kind of funny. We get like all this action over here in the PLA8 game, but these kings are no good. What did he bet on the river? 3/4 pot. We have a flush and a bad low. It's kind of an annoying spot, really. I have 8-high flush. Make a bad payoff, I think, here. What did he? Did I have 3/4 him? What did he have? Ace, queen, 3, 7, 8. What did he have there? Oh, he had ace 2, 3, he had a wheel. I was missing a card. Daisy? I guess I probably shouldn't bet that flop texture on the big easy hand. Just, I have no clubs in my hand, and with that pot, that like small pot size bet, I feel like I'm just gonna get called by most flush draws anyway, so that's probably a mistake. But if we're gonna make the mistake, we made the small size bet mistake, so I'm not too worried about that one. But Daisy, we get dealt it? We did get dealt it right there. The 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if we can make a good one. And this one we definitely want to put a fair bit of action in. I think most opponents in this game can definitely overvalue some 6 Badoogies. There will be a point where we have to stop, no doubt, because this is not Badusi. We do not have the Immortal Nuts. But 10s are hot. Now, theoretically, if he check calls here and takes 1, from an equity standpoint, we do better keeping the 10 than draw. Oh, he takes 2. It's easy pat now with the 10. And we just bet. And he has 6 Badoogie and he put no more action in. Oh man. Well, he didn't overvalue the 6 Badoogie considering he had a pair of aces. So a little unfortunate there, but. Over 2 hours. I really like Chop Chop Mix. Chop Chop Mix, a lot of fun. Like I said though, tournaments will be a nice breath of fresh air. 3-4 here. In the big, we're gonna defend this one. And we are going to check raise this one, I believe. We have ace 3, 4, and a 5. We're going to draw 1. I think this goes better as a check raise. Especially against, I think my opponent can be a little bit wide here. And we do improve to the 5 Badoogie, so I always had it. I did not draw it, did not improve. And when we have the 5 Badoogie, we just have to put in more money. If we get 4-bet, we probably call, but paths. Yeah, I mean, I bet that's her. And we do get raised, so we just call. That is a terrible raise. So yeah, yeah, just good to know. 8-8 there, 8-8 there can never scoop. High-low regular. Charmin's got a pretty nice looking board here. All the 3s are live too, so usually it's going to show up with a 3 here. Just aces. Oh, that hand's gets scooped. Wow. No one had a 3 either? This is a hand against Ryan. I think I am going to defend when he opens. Could be pretty wide. I think like these middling cards are okay. Oh, he folds. Well, easy open then. Alright, deuce Raz on the other table. And a lot of cards are out that we need to improve this hand, so I think I am going to just let this one go. And then here we got a pretty pure steal if everyone folds to us. Style regular on the other table. Alright, deuce to 7 Raz over here. We're going to go for it with the 4. We do get called by the queen, though. I mean, I think he has to assume in this situation, like, we have 100% if he's calling with queen, though, with the 9 behind, because the 9 should be jamming if the 9's going to play. Get another loose steal here, but I do have the deuce in my hand, so this one I'm okay with. Get 2 callers here. I mean, I'm gonna go for it because I think Meowza's gonna fold and I'm heads up with Mango. And our board can just kind of run out good sometimes. This is probably a pretty loose steal. We do have 2 deuces and Meowza had a 3 too, so we're not hating our hand at this point. Because we do block all of the cards he probably needs. Just to run out, that's it. And we're just giving up at this point once he catches the 3. Yeah, once he called it, I don't think I really have any, once he called it, I don't think I had really any, showdown value, so. Deuce over here, Archie over here. See if he's streaming right now. Oh, is live. He's live an hour plus ago. Do see here we're making, I wouldn't say like a super tight fold, but folding 5-4 with the extra 6 on the button. And here we're actually dealt the 8 doogie next hand. Just keep betting until they play back at you. Ooh. Full house versus low on the other table. And this is one where if Mango check calls and draws 1, we keep the jack with the straight draw. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Again, another interesting one here in Archie with the flush draw. That's pretty rough. And we do get called, but we scoop the jack low 9 Badoogie with the jack low 8 Badoogie. 7 missing. 257 versus Mr. Meowza. Make the 8-8 right away. Not think we're breaking the 8-8 at this point. I think we're just padding. Sorry, the 8-7. The 8 low, 7 doogie. Just go for the bet. And he does have the 2-3-4-5 or the 2-3-4. I couldn't tell, but we did scoop that one. And again, 4-5 on the button here. We folded again with no significant blockers. Archie, nothing really there. We do have 3 to low, but again, no straight draw. No, we have to get off our low draw to make a flush draw. Just done. And Medusi over on the other table with the 3-5-6. Just calling. If we had a stronger draw to the low, we keep the 7 and probably 3-bet. Make the 2-3-5 with the 6. Obviously, we're throwing away the ace. Basically, ace Badugi here is the exact same thing as like a 2-3-5. And make a king, and we're gonna check call. And we're gonna chop it. Here with in the big easy game on the other table, we have the ace, queen, queen, 8, 6 deuce with a 4 flush, which we don't love. And blocking no spades. Just gonna be a check back. Do turn it. And then blue bets pot into us, which we're just folding, but we're kind of sad about. And then over on the other table, we're playing Omaha or better, and we get the ace jack deuce 3. Would mostly almost always 4-bet this hand, but with the rainbow, I'm just calling. And never folding with a live low draw, plus 2 pair. Really bad river card. That's a terrible river card. Yeah, we get quartered. Alright, 7-7-4-4 here, I think, is a fold. It's like 5-5-4-4 would probably be a play. Big easy, you get a lot of cards every single hand. Always looking for reasons to play, but you gotta remember your opponent has 6 cards too. Alright, I do think I'm gonna have to shut this one down a little bit here. Let's see, what time is it? So you just make something every hand. King's full and 3-5 low. What they probably should do, and I know that GG I think did this in the past. I'm sure they still do it. Is in the 6-card games they hide your hand until it's your turn. Because if players are obviously somehow colluding, then obviously like knowing what cards you have, removing like 6 from the deck or some of the key ones are really important. Omaha 8 or better. Mr. Baldy decides to give me the business here. Not folding just yet. That's half pot. I'm a little bit weary about this one just because of the fact that I have the ace of spades, meaning that like more likely he probably has some sort of 6, but I just have to let this one go on this board. And we're at the other table playing Big O capped, but I think after these games we're just going to call it. Same thing here, like ace deuce check, then 7 with 4 diamonds. The structure of the hand is still good enough to play, but and this is actually a board I think checking makes some sense, because we do block a jack, but we have 4 diamonds in our hand. So I think we want to check this one back. And then it's also going to be hard for them to put me on the flush draw if we somehow do make it. Mr. Meows are raised over here. Do have kings. Man, it's a pretty sizable bet on this board. I think I'm not folding kings yet, but okay. And we do make a set of 7s and just kind of hope we get some sort of check back, I guess. He does bet half pot on river. And I think we're just going to fold this one. Obviously, we have no queen. He could have 2 queens in his hand, but just letting this one go with the set. We're going to set out this one now. See. All right. Here, we're going to check this one. Do turn this straight. And we are going to call once. And then if he bets big on the river, we just fold. Even though we have deuce clubs in our hand, not really like much of a blocker here. We call with a lot of flushes, so. And we're just done. All right, table. All right, guys. Well, that is all I got. So, as always, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you guys are, again, looking to open a Phenom account, there is, I have a special code right now. If you use code LMG or use the link below if you're watching YouTube, that will give you a 200% bonus up to 4,000 USDT. Also, if you need to get a hold of me, my email is learnmixedgames. And yeah, if you guys need anything else, just let me know. Questions and comments below. Until then, good luck at the tables. I will talk to all of you soon. Play well. Bye-bye.